We are recording. Let's go for it.
Welcome to another episode of CCT, the first 5 years.
Hi, I'm Gail Becker.
And I'm Andy Abrams, and we are the founders of Capital City Theater, Madison, Wisconsin's professional musical theater company and conservatory.
Whoa!
Why are we doing this, Gail?
Well, it seems like a lot of companies are in the same boat. We've had to make some major adjustments to our lives and postpone shows and cancel classes, a little bit of reinvention. And then we got to thinking about the first 5 years of Capital City Theater and how are our artists doing? What's going on with them? How are they all faring? And we thought let's contact them. Let's reach out.
And we have artists from all over the country that we've worked with, including here in Madison, but also in New York, Chicago, DC, Florida, LA, come from all over. And we would just like to check in on them, see how they're doing. We're all home. We may as well see, so over the next couple of months, we're gonna check in with a couple of them, and we're gonna invite you to join us.
Yeah. So who are we talking to today?
Today, we have Syndee Winters, Broadway's Syndee Winters, who was our Esmeralda in Hunchback of Notre Dame, which we did in 2018 at our Overture Center for the Arts. And
there she is!
Welcome, Syndee Winters.
Hi!
Wow.
Hi again, Syndee.
It's been ages since we've seen you, like a day, because we screwed up and did this whole interview before and then had some technical difficulties.
That silly record button. Who knows when to push that thing?
So I know all these things about you already because you told us yesterday, like you're in sunny Miami,
Yep.
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, you're so lucky. It is still like 40 degrees here.
I'm here. Oh, yikes. Sorry. I'm here with my parents. When I got wind, I was actually in Orlando in February doing a residency at Epcot Center in Disney World. And I was on my way back to New York to start another Disney project. And when I was there for 2 days, and then Broadway got shut down. So I said, what? I'm going back to Florida. I'm going to hang out with my parents. Yeah. So I've been rejuvenating myself and spending some time with my folks. So it's been cool.
No, you just had what would you call it? A talk back after Jesus Christ Superstar aired again on Sunday.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It was really going to start off as like, I was going to get on Facebook Live and do a Q&A and answer questions. And asked a couple of my castmates through Instagram. I said, hey, do you guys want to get together? Oh, my internet is unstable.
We froze for a second there, and then you came back.
We're back?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm sort of unstable at times too. It's okay.
Okay.
She gets messages that say this person
Gail is unstable.
So it started off as a Q&A with me, just to reach out to folks like yourselves, theater companies, schools, anyone that I've interfaced with or connected with or had a chance to connect with their students, to come and just like ask questions about the process, because it's so fun to get to connect and connect with people on that level. And so I just asked a couple of my castmates, and I was like, what the heck? Let's see. And it turned out that everybody was totally into it. So we had a good turnout, and it was a great cast reunion. We rehashed some fun stories, and I was reminded of how lucky I am to be surrounded by such amazingly talented people, but also just amazing humans who are careful and cautious and so giving.
And you had a little star show up during this, didn't you not?
Yeah. So we had Brandon Victor Dixon, who played Judas. He was Emmy nominated for that role. Brandon is of the Broadway community. Brandon and I have done, I think, 3 shows together. We've done Motown the Musical, Hamilton, and Jesus Christ Superstar together. And then we also had John Legend stop by, EGOT recipient. Just pop in and say hello. I was like, what a drive-by is this? He popped in and surprised the cast, and it was really great.
Nice.
Hey, did you
Nice.
do Motown with my friend Anissa Felix?
I did.
Yeah, she
So
was one of my
Anissa was on the
students.
tour.
Yeah,
Really?
back in New York. Yeah, she's one of my oysters.
Yes.
She's
So
awesome.
Anissa was on the tour. Yeah. And so when I would pop in and out of the variations of Motown, whether it was Broadway or tour. And that's where I met Anissa. Yeah, she's
She's
fantastic.
really great. And then and we actually posted your Q&A thing. We posted that on our website so that all of our peeps and students and everybody could tune in if they wished.
Awesome,
And then
right?
you have something tomorrow. You're hosting a thing with the Disney concert.
Yeah, so Disney's celebrating 25 magical years on Broadway. So I'm really excited because I was a part of those 25 years. And I'm also in the concert as well. I'm performing in 3 numbers in the show. I'm not going to tell you which ones because you got to tune in.
Yes, definitely.
But I'm also hosting another talk back as a pre-show event to the streaming. So I've asked a bunch of my Disney on Broadway family to come by. We've got Adam Jacobs, who played Aladdin. We've got Ariel Jacobs, who played Jasmine at different times, but they're a brother and sister, and they're both under the Disney on Broadway umbrella. So that's really fun and great. We've got Jelani Remy, who's played Simba. We have L. Stephen Taylor, who is Mufasa on Broadway. Benita Hamilton, who plays Shenzi on Broadway in The Lion King. We've got Leanna Hunt from Newsies. And I also invited some young voices as well. A couple of the Cubs, young Simba and young Nala. We have Niles Fitch, who is currently starring as Randall Pearson in This Is Us, and Madea Williams, who is and also an actor and voiceover actor. Who's all grown up now, and they were both under my reign as Queen Nala.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do here is we should invite people who are watching this, on our Facebook page to we'll do a little trivia question and say, what was the first Disney musical on Broadway? Now, of course, you could Google all of this, but like if you would like to respond in our comments on Facebook, we will love the ones that are correct.
Yeah.
What was the first?
We're not going to say it here.
Don't say it.
Go give it away.
Don't give it away.
I knew this answer a month ago, dang it.
Well, sadly, I remember I was living in New York. I just moved to New York after this musical. Yeah, I was a wee babe.
I was born in New York, and I still don't know.
Oh, that's right. You grew up there. Yes, but it was like
quarantine brain.
But it was sort of like I showed up in New York, and like all the shows that were on Broadway at the time are burned in my memory because it was like my like.
And it was a very serious time. It was the first time that like Broadway and 42nd Street had undergone its transformation.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but by then in 1995, like that had not happened yet. Like that, because I remember the first few years I was there, 42nd Street was still tumbleweeds. I mean, it was like papers rolling down the street, and all the old theaters with their old marquees, which weren't so family friendly, were all up still. And I was like, whoa, I don't want to go down there.
Well, enough about New York. Yeah. Let's talk about Syndee in Madison, where she was Esmeralda in our production of Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, Syndee, tell me some of the your most favorite memories about that show.
Just remember what you said yesterday.
Right, guys. I think, first of all, I was really excited to work on this show. When Hunchback came around and I auditioned for it, I think I'd maybe missed the New York auditions, but I submitted a tape for it. Yeah. And I was in my apartment, and I was like, oh, this is really great. Like, I'm finding all the cool things to do inside of my apartment, like self-tape auditions. Yeah. So I had a scarf, and I was like living my best life, right, on this self-tape. Yeah. And I really wanted to get to know Esmeralda, and then also what transformed for me in the character of Esmeralda and playing in the Hunchback was the compassion
Mhm.
part, you know, as from human to human, how compassionate she was and how careful and caring she was toward Quasimodo. And that really helped grow me as an actor, and to have that opportunity to work with Julian Decker was awesome. Was really awesome. My favorite thing about Madison, there's so many things.
Your scooter, scooting around.
Yeah, y'all remember the scooter?
Right.
So I flew my scooter in. It's an electric scooter. Do you guys have scooters now?
Like us personally, or like people?
So like all over the country, I'm a trendsetter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I had my scooter before everybody else, you know, had these things called the Birds, and Lyft has a scooter and stuff like that. So the scooters are like kind of popping up everywhere.
Yeah, we don't
around the
really have
country.
that. I mean, people
I
have,
don't have a ton of
a
them
lot of
around here.
scooters, like the ride-on scooters, but not like the stand-up one like you had.
Yeah, so they have the stand-up one that I have, and they have like big companies like Lyft and Uber and this company called Bird. They have them like strewn all over the city, and you can just have an app and pick it up and go.
Oh my gosh, no, we do not have that.
We do
And
not have
I
that.
found out about
That
that.
would be a blast.
That would be amazing, right? And especially
Yeah.
college town, it's necessary.
Right.
So champion that.
Okay.
So there were really great things that were happening during the time I was there. There was like a festival and all kinds of cool stuff, and it was like a bratwurst festival or something.
That's right.
Oh,
Broadfest.
Broadfest. Yeah.
Yeah. And so my parents flew up from Miami, and they came to opening night. They came to the show, and they got to hang out with me at the Bratwurst Festival. And my mom loved it. She was like, "Madison is really cute."
It's a cute town, and you enjoyed State Street as well.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, State Street was awesome. There was a vintage shop that I got some really cute dresses from.
Probably Ragstock.
That's what it's called. Yeah, Ragstock. Yeah. And I've worn a couple of those outfits a number of times, like on like red carpets. Like they're super cute stuff. And I've enjoyed that little breakfast place that was
Bassett Street Brunch Club.
Yes,
Yeah.
Madison Street Brunch Club.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And getting to know the local talent was really great. I was I met a lot of folks that were saying like, oh, you know, do you know Karen Olivo? You know, she's a Wisconsin local. And I'm like, I don't know Karen personally. I've met her a couple of times, and I think that she's pretty dope. So
I don't think she might not have been. I don't think she was here when you were here. I think she might have been out doing a show.
Yeah, she was
Already Moulin Rouge getting ready already doing that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So we never got to cross paths in New York. We crossed paths in New York a couple of times, but not in Wisconsin. But she's wonderful, and I dig her energy, and to be compared to her is nothing short of a compliment, honey.
It's true. And I should add that our photographer Kat Stiennon requested that you sing "God Help the Outcasts."
Yes.
On Cameo, and so people can actually go and hear you sing that song.
Yeah. So she was so gracious. Usually, you know, cameos are special messages to that person, but she was gracious enough to allow me to post that on my social media. I love that song. I think it's an appropriate song for right now where we are. So that's another reason why. I mean, one of the takeaways that I got from being in that show, the music is phenomenal. Hopefully, you know, there's another iteration of it somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure.
So what do you have possibly, if, you know, we're able to kind of get back to life a little bit more in the fall? Is there anything coming down the road that you're looking forward to, or something you've got planned already, or what's on your plate?
I've got plans to live a lot, you know.
Which means Thai food.
Oh,
Thai food.
You asked me yesterday, you know, what is the first thing I guess, was it the first restaurant? Was the first thing
you're looking forward to when we can gather again?
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to finding a Thai restaurant, because I usually eat Thai food or Vietnamese food once a week.
Mhm.
It's like built into my
It's a New York thing too.
lifestyle. It's
Yeah.
one on every corner.
Yeah.
So
Yum yum 1, yum yum 2, yum yum 3, yum
yum,
yum 4.
yeah, for real. And they're like within a block of each
A
other.
block of
and
each other.
I've
Yeah.
eaten at all of them.
Gail's eaten
My,
at one
my
or two.
favorite
Yeah.
is Yum Yum 2, TOO.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
They and they're quick too,
So funny.
in and out.
Good.
So I miss that. I'm also missing. I'm looking to hang out with my friends and hug them and spend time with them. Kind of missing human contact. That's kind of important. But I am staying busy. Aside from the talkback that's happening tomorrow, I'm writing music, and I also do a morning show called The Morning Vibe at 9 a.m. on weekdays. And I get together with friends and family and people on social media on my Instagram Live.
And that's 9 a.m. Eastern?
9 a.m. Eastern time,
Okay.
yes. And I just get on my bicycle and we ride around the neighborhood. The idea for that came from, I was feeling a little guilty because I was able to get out of New York. And just, I said, you know what, if there's any way, I mean, in my weird mind, that anyone can find some sort of like peace or tranquility with this getting outside and kind of showing like the sun and trees and like playing some music and like feeling like we're having a chill morning, it'll be worth it to me. And it also gives me some place to be at 9 a.m. in the morning. You know, I have to get up and I have to have integrity and do things.
That's right.
So it's been good for me for the most part, but I'm looking to like give some hugs for sure.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today, again.
Again.
Syndee, it's great to chat with you twice.
I love it.
Get some new information to add to yesterday's for our brains. And you know, we'll keep in touch and catch up with you again sometime down the road.
Sounds great.
Whether quarantined or not.
Right.
This is a great idea, whether we're quarantined or not. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we're just so grateful that you have been part of the first 5 years for Capital City Theater, and that you were, involved in what, we were building, and we're just so happy that you're part of that family. And so thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for
coming
joining
to
us.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thanks you all.
We'll
Okay.
see you soon.
We'll
All
see you in
right.
a little bit.
Bye.
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 Bye. So
Wow.
that is exciting.
Yeah.
She's such a breath of fresh air. Oh, just
Syndee was also here in Madison in the fall doing a part of her Lena Horne show, which is something
Yeah, I
that's
saw
very
it.
near and dear to her. You saw it, yeah.
I did. I was there. She was fantastic, and it was part of that cabaret series that Overture does. And yeah, she was just delightful, and her her voice sounded fantastic, and the music she chose, and like I said, yeah, her Lena Horne show that she did some highlighted material from. It was great. It was really
And
good.
we we'll give some updates on our shows coming up, and hopefully this will evolve into, who knows, maybe a podcast or something that we can have fun with and enjoy. And
Well, we're definitely going to be highlighting all the rest of our 5 years, these first 5 years of all the shows that we've had, and interviewing the artists. So keep in touch, keep looking back at Facebook, and enjoy the photos of the shows while you're at it. And we'll have updates on the shows that are coming up in the next season, and also with the courses that we're teaching and the other curriculum that's going to happen at the conservatory. So keep your eye
just
out.
to give them a little bit of a teaser, a couple of the shows they'll be hearing from, we'll be hearing from people from On the Town, which we just did last year. We'll be hearing, we'll be talking to a few people from 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, which we did a couple of years, almost 3 years ago now, 2.5. Yeah.
All the way back to our first production that we did, which was Violet. So we're going to interview some people from Violet. So be ready for that.
So it's going to be fun. And we will, everybody will have a different story and a different tale and a different spin on Madison and their lives and all that. So until then, stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you so much for being a part of Capital City Theater. We're grateful to everybody who supported us, and thank you. We just can't wait to start producing live entertainment again. We're ready. We're ready to get back out there.
And stay home.
Yes, and stay home. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Thank you.